Hello guys, this is Dr. Cool Auto Fix. Today we got a Lexus ES350 2013 model with error code B2799. Now, this car is looking very clean. It's purchased from overseas down to Nigeria as US use. I think it might have actually undergone through some collision damage and now what's fixed. And today we're here at a customer's location trying to find out exactly what really happened to this car, because everything seems very intact and it's showing this code. I plugged in my computer to it and I was getting the error code B2799. So I recharged this customer some few amount of money to be able to get this part of, just like maybe around $400 to get this problem solved. But he was screaming that it's too expensive, that he's just thinking of maybe something like $10. I said, wow, so you have a car that cranks, start and shut off, and this is not a typical case of a car starting and dying immediately, which I've been teaching you guys on my YouTube channel. This is a hectic one. This is a very mind-boggling one. So I know they have actually called some few techs down here to come and see if they're going to start it, to come and start the car up. They've gone to different through processes, which I'm going to be listing on this very video here, which I think is going to also be very useful for your own information. Now, regardless, aside this very B2799 code, some other issues which we're seeing right here is I don't think there is enough fuel getting into the combustion chamber. This is the two of the previous tech guy who they called to come and fix the problem, and he've tried. The first thing which he recommended that I should try to replace is the fuel pump. Be my guests. A lot of you guys who are over there who have this kind of a problem, crank no start, and without using the scan tool to find out exactly what the ECU is saying about the situation, because there is no way this kind of a problem is coming on. The car cranks and doesn't start, and occasionally to start, then dies immediately, start and dies immediately. I mean, it starts and dies immediately, just like within 2 seconds. Starts, then dies immediately. So the first obvious suspicion, a component to start suspecting at that very occasion, is going to be the fuel pump. But at this very case here, just like every other roadside mechanic is going to do, they have actually rushed and get a fuel pump into it, and bang, they get it into it, and still the car wouldn't start before they decided to put a call to call me to come and check this out. And I billed the man because I've been in this kind of a rough, terrible situation before, where I have more interest in getting the problem solved than getting some few dollars into my pocket. And at last, what happened, the customer did actually, like as if he used a cutlass, a knife or something, and hit me at my back. What I mean right there is I got the car fired up, and when I got the car fired up, without telling the customer how much it's gonna cost to get this problem solved, you know what he did? He told me that he didn't budget for that very problem, so he didn't know it's gonna come. He didn't expect. He was actually trying to give me something like you know, like a box, like $1, and I was pissed off. I was really pissed. But at last, I get to actually know that I'm the one who caused it. So in this very episode today here, I know very pretty much well that this customer can actually do the same thing, because you head to those kind of customers' location and they were in a hurry, get it on started, get working, get it all started up. When you're done, we're gonna talk about how much you fix it. In several occasions, I've actually encountered this kind of situation, even including the one with the cost of the mechanics, my fellow mechanic, to come and do, and he wouldn't do it. So when I come and start performing some series of tests, I discover exactly what the problem is. And when I told him, he told the owner who owns it, and the owner said, you know what, I don't have that kind of amount of money to fix this car right now. But within that time, he has actually building a duplex in his location, and he have a Toyota Venza. So with that kind of project going on, how would he not have maybe like $200 to actually get another brain box and reprogram it into the system. So in this case here, one thing which I'm going to be advising you to do on this very occasion here, in this very scenario here, is you should check the fuel pump, because most often time for most Asian models that I've come across, they do have, when they have headache, they complain of stomach ache. When they have typhoid, they complain of cardiac arrest. When they have cardiac arrest, they complain of migraine. So they often have some kind of displace code related to the problem. Unlike German cars, European cars, which I've known so much, they're gonna be very spontaneous with it. When they have headache, they'll tell you they have headache, right? So I wanted to go ahead and check the fuses. Maybe the fuse is blown, or maybe have some kind of relay that's actually powering up the ECU, because here what I'm actually looking at here is that there could be an error communication between the ECU and the immobilizer, because that code is related to immobilizer. So I know pretty much well that it could is actually an immobilizer problem, and so at that very point, it's also very important that you also check the remote fob, because this is actually a smart key type. So you want to check the remote, the battery, the lithium battery on your remote fob to see if it's actually very functional. Lock the car, come back on, and actually relock it back and see if it's gonna work out. If it works out, then you want to try to crank the car again. Then you want to proceed to check all the fuses and see if any of them is blown, because actually I did discuss something about security system on Nissan Sentra on this my channel that got up to like 17K views. Maybe you want to search for that Nissan Sentra key flashing. I think it's also gonna give you a headway on trying to solve this kind of problem, because they are all Asian model. Check the fuses on the right hand side when you're facing the engine, and check the other fuses again that is right inside underneath the steering column of the car, and make sure that none of the fuse is blown, because a fuse blown can actually cause this. I've seen some other people who have this issue rip the dashboard apart trying to solve the problem. You don't need to rip that apart. It's not done. This is not a game of force, it's a game of smart. You need to be smart to actually do it. Now actually this the next day I'm hoping to get a feedback from this seller, because actually they did luckily get it started yesterday, fire up, and I said no, there is no way this is gonna happen. I stayed right there for some minute and the car couldn't fire up again. They tried, including getting some fuel, some gasoline into the throttle body, but still, you know. So guys, when you follow this procedure which I give you right here, if it doesn't work out, give me a call. If you're in Nigeria and you have this problem, you should get to me, and we'll see about it. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.